And now tonight here on 11 at 11, an in-depth two-part WHAS 11 News special report.
Yes, home incarceration, the program where judges allow accused suspects to spend some of their early time at home instead of jail. Well, lately, some of those sent to home incarceration have been accused of murder. The program is used by judges to cut down on jail overcrowding. Well, tonight, Shay McAllister and I are bringing you this in-depth special report. We begin with my one-on-one interview with Arraignment Court's Judge Sean Delahanty, who told me people charged with murder are entitled to the same decision as someone charged with shoplifting. Ask District Court Judge Sean Delahanty of Louisville about putting accused criminals on home incarceration instead of jail, and it boils down to this.
Well, it's a necessity. It's a necessity.
But some recent decisions have been controversial. August 2nd, last summer, standing in front of the judge, that's DeAndre Williams.
You're going to bring a lawyer or you need a lawyer.
The day before, police say he admitted to shooting and killing 20-year-old Robert Leachman.
We'll sort this out over time.
Police arrested Williams quickly, but Delahanty decided over the protests from the prosecutor, home incarceration. Here's some of the give and take. Less than 24 hours after the arrest, the assistant county attorney reminds the judge Williams admitted to the shooting.
Even though he has confessed to shooting him, there are defenses. And perhaps he did that in this murder, this death occurred in self-defense. I have no idea. And I don't have really enough information to draw some negative inference.
Just to be clear, if you had better facts than the fact that
he was charged with murder.
He's admitted to intentionally shooting and killing someone.
I asked him about this decision. How much do you lean on the county attorney's office, the prosecutor's office, to help you make a decision?
Well, the prosecutors are very helpful. And
do you listen to them?
Certainly, certainly.
In this case, you chose not to, though.
Well, I'm listening to her, but I'm looking at it, and I need something more than I object because I object.
In the case of Williams' release, Delahanty complained that he did not have enough information from police. You were critical of the police, saying they didn't give you enough details.
All they did was put a conclusion in there. This one right here, it just said, you know, the defendant murdered the victim.
So you knew of the murder charge?
Right.
Okay.
But a murder charge, I mean, again, it still is a crime. The defendant is presumed innocent. Bond is not punishment. And we have to allow due process. And let's punish the defendant after they are convicted.
The outrage came fast. In an unusual move, Police Chief Steve Conrad blasted the decision. There is little doubt that our frustration with this decision pales in comparison to the outrage that is being felt by the family. I've never seen a police chief come after a judge.
Hang on, listen.
Have you?
I'm okay with the chief. The chief and I get along.
I just think that the chief entered a public realm with that statement when he came after you.
I wouldn't, you know, I'd say he got upset. I'm not really concerned about, you know, the chief.
In August, Leachman's grandmother was furious with the home incarceration.
Delahanty, I'm saying to you that I don't feel like you did a just job.
And Leachman's mother, Jamie Denton, told me this about that decision.
I was heartbroken. I didn't know what, I thought he might have would have came after me or the family or his brothers or just a lot of animosity.
And now, 6 months after his decision, the mother of the young man who was killed by DeAndre Williams, what would you say to her? I'm going to see her a little later today. I'm going to talk to her. What message would you say to her?
I'm doing the best I can to do my job as I've been sworn to do. That's it.
Denton joins others who believe if you're charged with murder, no home incarceration.
They are just patting them on their backs and letting them out, or letting them out on HIP, which they still can do things on HIP.
I guess the public would understand letting home incarceration on a lesser charge, but a person standing in front of you charged with murder, they're wondering, what's that about?
Well,
how do they get home incarceration?
Well, they need to take it up with circuit court because it happens quite frequently over there. And again, I'm trying to bring the best I can to bear and make a good decision. And if a person's not been involved in the criminal justice system, and this is a crime that occurred, and do I believe that they're going to return to court, they're not going to create any more offenses, I think that they're entitled to the same decision as some person charged with shoplifting or even robbery or other crimes.
Comparing shoplifting to murder, Delahanty knows that's controversial.
There's a political consequence for this job, and I'm not overly concerned with that. I'm required to do my job as best I can and to bring my best judgment to bear.
He supports home incarceration as a way to alleviate chronic jail overcrowding and keep the jail from reopening the old jail space, a costly move to taxpayers. And as always, he has a message for anyone who questions his motive.
Do you think the community would rather save the money or see them in jail, though?
I don't really know. Well, one part of it is it's not up to the community. And I think that their fears are unrealistic because, again, they're not familiar with the clientele. It's so foreign to them. You know, they live in a nice, comfortable world, and crimes or something that happens over here or some other place doesn't happen in my family.
By the way, that case with DeAndre Williams that sparked an uproar, police immediately stepped in last August with a direct indictment to keep him locked up. Judge Delahanty and other judges do follow a risk assessment document before making their decisions. It's been around since 1978. Among other things, he looks to see if that person is likely to reoffend and how likely they're to come back to court, Lisa.
Wow.